This is TWiT.
But why don't we move from that to a phone that you're probably going to actually consider buying, and that's the LG V30.
There we go. So this is it right here, and I just want to give you a side-by-side with the notes so you get a scale comparison. In fact, it is bigger than G6, obviously. It's a, I don't remember the size. I think it's a 5 point, maybe 6 or 5.9. But here's it. It is next to a Pixel XL. So the same form factor as a Pixel XL, but a much larger screen, obviously, since it has that bezel-less, super wide screen front, right? It's OLED. It's plastic OLED, and it's pre-production, so it's got a it's a little blotchy in spots, and that's a defect that I think we're not going to see in the production units. It's a pretty common thing with the LG OLED screens, but honestly, you have to look for it. It's a gorgeous screen. And then in the back, it has a dual camera system. It's a fingerprint magnet, as you can see. This is a silver one. This is a pre-production prototype. It is not locked. It is completely unlocked. Has LG's quad DAC audio output feature, which sounds as good as like a dedicated $1,000 headphone amp with DAC. Basically, it's amazing, bad. And it's very light for its size, which is really cool. I'm usually running the Google Now launcher, but I set it up for you guys to see running the actual launcher from LG here. I think this is kind of like an underground hit of a phone.
Sleeper hit?
Yeah, it's not going to sell in the quantities of a Galaxy S8 or S8 Plus or Note 8, but I think the people who buy this phone are really going to love it. I am falling, like I've received them both at the same time while I was at Burning Man, came back, these were sitting on my desk, and I've used them equally, and I can tell you that it's smaller than a Galaxy S8 Plus, slightly bigger than a Galaxy S8, definitely bigger than the G6, but as you can see, it's about the size of a Pixel XL, and you get a lot of screen real estate, you get awesome audio, and you get this incredible camera system that I want to talk about a little more in detail. But it's thin, it's light.
There's very light.
Camera bump. It's mil-spec rated for waterproofing, dustproofing, and shock, so you can drop this thing. Of course, the glass might crack, and then it's no longer water resistant. But I haven't tried this. USB-C, of course. You got a SD card option in there, and pretty much everything you'd expect. What I love about it is that it is I think the best looking LG phone in a long time. The G6 was kind of a proto S8, but this is very much like an S8, but even more refined, and it has an incredible fit and finish. You can't feel the edges. I don't know if this is stainless steel or aluminum, but it's pretty damn scratch resistant. And that fingerprint reader is perfectly located, just like on the Pixel. So the issue you have with the Galaxies, right? With a stupid fingerprint reader out there next to the camera, that is now gone. And so the cameras, let's talk about them. In traditional LG fashion, one of them is a wide angle, super wide angle, and the other one is a regular camera. And here's what's remarkable, okay? So just like previous LG phones, only the regular camera is OIS and autofocus. The wide angle has a fixed focus and, basically no stabilization. But what's hugely improved over the previous generation is the f-stop on the main camera is 1.6.
And is this the first smartphone to hit that point?
And it's also the first smartphone, at least from a mainstream manufacturer product, that has a full glass lens. There's not any pieces of plastic in that lens. Most lenses on smartphones are plastic. They're not glass. So the clarity of that lens is really top-notch, and it's so fast. It lets in so much light. They went with 1 micron pixels on a 16 megapixel sensor, which my first reaction was like, danger, right? Because small pixels, I was like, this is bad. But then I saw what they're able to do in terms of software performance. There's very little noise, awesome dynamic range, super clear, super detailed. And because it's 16 megapixels, you can zoom in. Let me actually show you what I mean by that really briefly.
And while you're showing this off, I should say there's a video that you can find. It was a video that was shot by the cinematographer of Game of Thrones, and it was shot entirely on the V30.
Can you bring this up?
It was really impressive. I mean, the shots and the composition and everything was really impressive.
Now, this won't do it just until you see it on a really bigger screen, but this is a photo that I took at 8x digital zoom, manual mode in low light of a drag performance, and it is has a remarkable amount of detail, and it's in super low light, and there's a bunch more here. You can see the dynamic range with these lights.
Yeah.
There's another one here. You can actually see the polka dots on the outfit and the muscle tone on their arm. This is at 8x zoom on a 16 megapixel photo.
So wait, at 8x zoom, that's a digital zoom.
Digital zoom.
Interesting.
All right. So this is a shot without zoom. This is to capture motion. You can really clearly see the balloons are floating. But if you go down here, you can see the person's glasses are actually perfectly in focus and everything. So this camera is blowing my mind right now.
Nice.
And here's the kicker. The super wide angle is f/1.9.
Wow.
So the previous wide angles from LG was like f2.2, 2.4. So you're getting a ton more light I'm in the front camera mode for me. So, you know, you have the super wide angle right here. I don't know if you can see, I'm capturing a whole bunch of stuff here. And then you've got the narrow angle. And so you want bokeh, right? Look, you just get it. Look in the background right there.
It's hard to see that.
I don't know if you can see it, guys, but
yeah, it's a little twisted.
The text back here is super blurry. And I don't need portrait mode.
It's live preview.
Let me take your photo. And then you'll see the background. I'm trying to get some light in the background.
This is normal.
Yeah, you look pretty normal.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So here, if you look now, there's Jason looking normal.
Yep, that's my normal face. Yeah.
But there's back here, it's like super defocused. And it's just natural. You don't have to do anything to get to that. So that's kind of one of the things about this camera that's really, impressive.
Nice.
And so, if you want something different, then, everybody's going to buy a Galaxy, right?
Right.
And you want a really high quality Android phone that's not a Pixel for a change. Maybe you don't care about software updates that much. Maybe you can live with it for a year and really enjoy it. I think you should check this out.
Do you think the camera is the reason you get this? And if you don't care about cameras, you look elsewhere?
And the audio performance is like not the speaker, right? The headphone. Like if you have a good pair of headphones or earbuds, unbelievable. It's the same as on the G6 in certain markets, not the US though. And the same as the V20 last year, that headphone amp. And it's just insane. I don't know if there'll be an unlocked version. This one is because it's a pre-production review units. I hope that they sell an unlocked unit like I believe they have for the G6 now. So LG is doing some good things here, really are. And if this is what the Pixel 2 XL is based on, yeah.
Okay. Fantastic. LG V30. It's still not out yet, but soon.
Yeah, it's weird. They haven't given us pricing or availability yet. They've seeded us reviewing. It's like
a long time
late
ago.
August, like mid to late August. It's insane, actually. So I think it's coming. I can tell you there are some bugs. It's not like nothing is a showstopper.
Yeah.
But I've noticed some issues like focusing in low light is still buggy, even though if you focus manually, it's tops. So I think they're going to fix a few more things, of course.
Awesome. All right. So I guess keep your ears out for that one, for the release and the price and all that kind of stuff.